All right, so today we're jumping into a big one, the MERN Stack. Our goal is pretty simple, really.
Yeah.
We want to pull out the key insights, the stuff developers actually use day to day. So MERN, that's an acronym.
Right. It stands for MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, and Node.js.
Okay, so we've got the definition down, but what's the why? I mean, why is this particular stack so popular right now for, modern web apps?
I think the real genius of it, which sometimes gets missed, is that it lets you build everything front to back with just JavaScript.
Everything is JavaScript.
Exactly. You don't have that friction of translating data between languages. It's perfect for these big scalable cloud systems. You see companies like Netflix and Airbnb using it for a reason.
That makes a lot of sense. So let's quickly walk through the components again, just to be clear on who does what. R is React.js.
Yep, that's your front end, the part the user sees and interacts with.
Building the UI. Okay, and on the back end, we have N for Node.js.
Which is the JavaScript runtime, sort of the engine for the whole server.
And E, Express.js. That's the framework that sits on top of Node.
Precisely. It helps you organize your backend and build out your APIs without a lot of boilerplate.
Got it. And that just leaves N.
MongoDB, that's your database. And what's cool is it's a NoSQL database that stores data in these JSON-like documents.
So it speaks the same language as everything else.
It fits in perfectly. The data just flows, from React to the Node and Express server over to MongoDB, and then all the way back.
And that flow is really all about those fundamental CR road operations we saw in the material, isn't it? Create, read, update, delete.
That's the bedrock, yeah. I mean, the example of a simple student record with a name, age, course, that's the first thing anyone builds. It's the hello world of full stack development.
But a real-world app is so much more than just CRN.
Oh, absolutely. Once you try to scale that simple app, you immediately hit some serious walls. The two big ones are security and just architectural complexity.
Right, suddenly it's not just a student list, it's an enterprise application. And the source material really emphasizes this jump. For security, you're looking at things like JWT authentication.
Yes, and password hashing. You can't just store passwords in plain text.
Of course.
You need a tool like bcrypt. It's designed to be slow on purpose, which makes it, way harder for attackers to brute force their way in.
And beyond security, there's the structure. The material talks about MVC model, view, controller.
That's huge for the backend. It's a pattern to keep your code clean and separated. Your data logic, your business logic, and your presentation logic all live in different places.
And on the front end, you need something for state management, like Redux, or I think Zustand was mentioned as a more modern option.
Exactly. As the app grows, you need a single source of truth for your data on the client side.
So once it's all built, secured, and structured,
Yeah.
you have to ship it.
Right, deployment. Sources point to platforms like Netlify or Vercel for the front end.
Which are super optimized for React apps.
Totally. And then for the back end, you've got services like Render or Railway. This kind of setup is what lets you build those massive projects, like an e-commerce site or a job portal.
So the takeaway seems to be that MERN is powerful, it's flexible.
It is, but true mastery isn't just knowing CR Red. It's about combining that with the serious stuff. Authentication, solid architecture, and a smart deployment strategy.
Which leaves me with a final thought to chew on. If mastering security is really the most important thing for a large project, how does that requirement change the way you architect things from the very beginning? Is it just about securing your APIs, or does it force a fundamentally different structure from day one compared to a smaller project?